In one of my most recent videos, I talked about stress, its causes, and how to deal with it. However, as well as implementing the good habits that I talked about in that video, there is also a way to reduce the amount of stress that you deal with by just changing up and including different kinds of foods in your diet. So I recommend subscribing, sticking around to the end so that you can implement these tips and tricks into your life. And the first tip is to include more omega-3 fatty acids into your diet. And omega-3 fatty acids are things that come from fish oils like salmon, mackerel, tuna, cod. Most of the fishes that you eat probably have varying amounts of omega-3 fatty acids inside of them. And omega-3 fatty acids and fatty acids in general are responsible for the building of your myelin sheath, which is the kind of insulation layer around the neurons in your body and your brain. And so not eating enough omega-3 fatty acids means that your nerves are more likely to become damaged and your brain and your overall brain health is affected. And the problem is with society nowadays is that fats and fatty acids are seen as a bad thing because the food group fat is associated with fat people, and that is not the case. Obesity is caused by something entirely different, which is sugar, because eating too much sugar increases your blood sugar levels, which means that your insulin hormone ends up being desensitized to your body cells, and therefore your blood sugar levels stay high, and that's kind of what causes you to become fat. But the fat food group is actually a very healthy thing as long as it is not consumed in excessive amounts. But the amounts that you find in fish and the kind of fish oil supplements, these are not harmful amounts at all, and those will be beneficial to your brain health, your nerve health, and it will help regulate your stress hormones as well. And the second tip is to load up on leafy green vegetables, which are incredibly high and rich in magnesium. And magnesium is a metal that inside your body that binds to receptor centers in your brain that promote relaxation and feelings of calm, as opposed to binding to receptors in your brain that lead to stress and increase the amount of stress hormones that are in your blood. So leafy green vegetables can include things like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, lettuce. All that kind of stuff is really high in magnesium, and as I've just said, magnesium can help you become a calm person and reduce the amount of stress hormones that are in your blood. And the third tip is to drink more water and become hydrated, because many people nowadays don't actually have enough water inside of their bodies to keep their brain healthy. Their brain tissue is genuinely affected by the lack of water inside of their body. And this happened to me last year. I drank hardly any water at all because I was under the impression that my body didn't need it because I never felt thirsty all the time. And obviously this meant that I was incredibly stressed. Despite being only 15, 14, I was still stressed about my upcoming exams or work experience and stuff like that. I was incredibly stressed because I was not drinking enough water. And now I feel very little stress at all because I drink more water even during my GCSE season, which is a much bigger event than anything that I previously experienced last year. So drinking more water can promote your brain health because it actually means that your brain tissue can properly function. And if your brain tissue isn't properly functioning, it's going to release stress hormones into your blood, which is going to make you more stressed. And if you continue to do this, then your stress hormones are going to be really high in your bloodstream for way too long. And as we know, in the last video, I said that high stress hormones constantly in your bloodstream is going to cause a variety of horrible symptoms like weight gain, depression, and anxiety. So please, drink water to keep your brain and the other parts of your body healthy. And I hope you found value out of these 3 simple tips and tricks to improve your diet, specifically relating to how to reduce stress. And if you need any help on anything else kind of self-improvement related, then my coaching calls are in the link in the description. And if you don't feel like you get enough value out of them, then you get a 100% refund. And I recommend subscribing because it's free. And I love this community of young tribal men who are willing to grow themselves so much more than they already have. So yeah, good luck.